some more opinionated advice. When you're coming for a fitting or a lesson, because of so much on YouTube, advice on Instagram, Facebook, all this sort of stuff, you're getting pounded with it. I think eventually it'll slow down, because how can people just keep going over the same stuff? But I get people coming in and shouldn't it be this? No, I'll quickly explain that to you. They'll go, shouldn't your 7-iron spin at this? Shouldn't it launch at this? Because this information is available everywhere, you know. And what they do is like, maybe one of the commentators are talking about Rory McIlroy or Tiger or something like that, and they're saying, spin rate at this, they launch at this. And that automatically goes into somebody's head saying, well, why is mine not doing that? Okay? Now, every single one of you are individual. Different height, different length of arms, legs, create different speed. So you think of the kind of the permutations that you're going to get with golfers. How many different states of mind then, how fast they try to hit it. You know, some people, when they go, you know, they're gritting their teeth so tight, I think you're going to sort of bite their tongue off, because they're trying to hit it so hard because somebody said that you should be swinging a driver at 120 miles an hour because blah, blah, blah does it, you know. The other thing that I think about fitting and lessons is that it's why we don't do it. We might do it more of a test, is when you get somebody, you know, these really top guys, millions of followers, doing reviews. Okay? One thing. Do you think they'll ever give it a bad review? Because if they do you think the manufacturer will ever let them review a thing again? So it's a little bit tainted. What are they getting paid to the review? But the other thing that really gets me is, I saw one yesterday, and it's saying, it was the guys on Club Champion, they were saying the best blades. In 2024, they tested these 7 of the best blades. Now, their review is totally based on the numbers that are coming up on the screen is who's hitting the shot. Does that, think about it. So if I did a review, and the guys that were doing the review, swing it much faster than I do, so the numbers are going to be completely different. The feel's going to be completely different. And my likes, what I like the look of, what I like the feel of, is going to be completely different. So I don't know how you can do a review, because it's just one guy's thing. These machines that, I don't know how many there are in the world, it's called Iron Byron. It's a robot, just an arm and it swings. Now, if they put exactly the same shaft and head, same shaft, different head, 7 irons, 8 irons, drivers, and they put them in and they just hit it with the same stuff all the time, more like a review. Because then it's going to tell you what the difference is between it. There's no personal feelings, you know. I mean, we're very agnostic in here when we're fitting, because it'd be easy for me being a Titleist ambassador, love the product, have for years, always will, basically impossible to get me out of this stuff. But when I'm fitting, I don't have a bias towards them. I have what is right for the person. When you get these reviews and you know, people are saying this, or I saw Rick Shields, there's an example of Rick Shields, and it's great, it's lovely. It's all right for him. Yeah. Have a look, go into, unless you've got real agnostic people, go into somebody that does reviews that says, it's terrible, it's rubbish, do not buy it. Phone me, tell me if you can find one. It's never going to happen. So it's not a review, it's here's some stuff for nothing, put it on your thing and we're going to pay you to do it. Yeah. If the people that are doing this thing says, right, there's a robot, we're just going to stick it into the robot's going to go bang, bang, and they're going to say, well, that's what it does. Now here's a different one, bang, bang. So it's doing the same thing all the time. It has got no thoughts, no emotions, nothing. It's just boom. Yeah. If somebody came in to me and said, look, I'm going to give you a ton of money if you review my TaylorMade driver. If they wouldn't do it to me, because you've got to have lots of people follow you, and I don't want all that bollocks, yeah. That, and they said, right, here's a ton of money, tailor-made, tell everybody how wonderful it is. It's just advertising. But you'll get caught up in it. Say, oh, so-and-so said. I get people come in here and talk about these guys on Instagram or whatever they're on, or YouTube. They talk in their first names. Or Rick says this, or Peter says that, and they're going, okay. I understand it, there's an influence, but just be careful. Look a little bit deeper. That's their opinion. What they're saying, they might be getting paid to do. They're never going to absolutely crucify anybody's golf clubs. Anybody's, because that company, if it's a major brand, will never give them another golf club to do. Yeah? It happened to Mark Crossfield years ago with TaylorMade. They just dumped him. You're not getting it, yeah? And why should they give it to him if he's going to criticise her? That's my point. Be careful what you're watching. Because when somebody comes on and go, this is fantastic. Why? Why is it fantastic? Read between the lines. Yeah? The only way you're going to know which's the best driver, what's the best irons, what's the best blade, what's the best putter for you is test them and see which one feels great, gives you the best results. Not what somebody tells you. It goes back to what I said at the start when people are talking about isn't it supposed to be a 6,000 spin? Well, it depends. It depends what country you play in. You know, if you look at how fast you go, you look at the PGA averages in America, 7-iron, they're spinning up 7,000 plus. You don't want to be doing that in this country with a swing speed like mine. 7,000 plus, I'd hit about 120 yards, I'd go and catch it, you know. So just be cautious. So when you're getting fitted, you're getting information, check with your pro, check with your fitter. Get them to explain so you can understand what it means, you know. So if I can swing, when I warm up, I can get up to about 82 miles an hour with 7-iron. I have other guys in here that work with me that are 92, 93. I have customers, I have clients that are over 100 miles an hour with 7-iron. How's there a right between the 105 mile an hour 7-iron guy and that 82 mile an hour? I go, no, well, shouldn't I be spinning it like that? No, what's the launch? You know, what's your attack angle? These all differ depending on speed, delivery, all sorts of stuff. Never forget, ever, you're the most important thing when it comes to what do you do? What do you want? What's best for you, not what is said on some platform somewhere and saying, you should hit this, you should do that, you should do that. You know, the objective is to have 6,200 spin with a 7-iron, or you should be spinning your driver at 2.2. Who made that stuff up, yeah? It's what you've got to do, yeah? What you is best for you. So when you're getting fitted, again, when you're getting fitted, even when you're having lessons, and you know, numbers are great, but they're only numbers. They're only there to back up what you're trying to do. So if somebody comes to me and they've got a big out to win path like that, and I said, look, it'd be better if we could get that path a little bit more, less out to win, or even fraction into out. There's a number there that's going to tell them straight away whether they're doing it, and then they can relate that number to a feel, okay? It's not, they'll go to me, what should it be? Yeah, it should be whatever gives you the best chance of hitting good shots, landing close to your target. When you're being fitted for something, what's the best driver? The best driver is the one that you're fitted for. What's your irons? The best one is the one you're fitted for, not that somebody on TV tells you, or Insta. That's nonsense, yeah? It can influence your thoughts. You might look at it and go, oh, I like the look of that. I must go get tested. I must see if that works for me. Yeah, don't go into a big box store and say, oh yeah. The one I laugh at, oh God, I could go on for this forever. It's just, but I kind of think it's only fair that people should know. You go into a big box store and you've got a guy that goes in, he's a big slicer of the board, and he's looking through the drivers and it's got draw written on it. I'm having one of them. That's the cure-all. Yeah. Doesn't draw. Yeah. Because you have to make it draw. That's not going to make it draw. Once you start to get an understanding of the path and the phase control, maybe it'll help you. Maybe you'll overdraw it. Yeah. But a head doesn't draw. You make it draw, okay? So again, be conscious, be careful, be wise when you're purchasing or you're getting fitted or you're getting advice or reading advice. There's nothing wrong with reading all that sort of stuff. It helps some people, it absolutely destroys other. I've got clients that come in here all the time. I was watching so-and-so on YouTube and it's killed what they're doing. Absolutely killed. And I have to kind of be the bearer of bad news to them. Yeah. Have a go at them a little bit. Most of them accept it, which is quite nice. So again, what you read, what you watch, there is no exact. Isn't this the way it's supposed to be? Forget that. Yeah. This is what my club's supposed to do. It's supposed to launch it. They're supposed to spend. I mean, that's only about 50% of the numbers I can put up on that screen. And think of the confusion that's going to give you. I have one guy, I think I mentioned this before, I have one guy, I'm not going to tell you his name, and he'll maybe see this. He'll know it's him, right? Always looking for perfection, yeah? He's got an idea of what this should be, okay? And you could get 90% of that exactly where he wants it, but the one or two numbers that knocks out where he wants it fries him, so he tries to get them numbers right. As he changes them, the other ones go to pot, because that's how it works. Yeah. The way you swing, the way you deliver, if you try to get a bigger attack angle, you're going to get a lower launch. It's just, so again, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you watch, you know, but if you like the idea of what some of these guys are, get it, some are saying on Instagram or whatever, get it checked out with your pro, get it checked out with your fitter, just to make sure that it's right for you. Not saying they're wrong, but just make sure it's right for you. Okay? Hope this helps.